and welcome to this best of 3 that will feature TCM Gaming taking off Fnatic. We are gonna see 2, maybe 3 games from these two teams, depending on how these teams play, of course. It is the loser bracket finals, and the winner of this best of 3 will move on to the playoffs of the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. We are in the group stages. It is Group B, and it is the last match of Group B. We are gonna see who will go through, and with we, I don't only mean the viewers and me, I also mean my statsman, who is music for today. You'll be able to see him inside the game collide, or at least see what he does. And the person, apparently that is my CK, the CK to my wisp, or the vacuum to my wall. It is Kanaz. How you like that intro?
Alright, yeah, I guess it's fine.
It sounds a bit corny.
The vacuum to my wall.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know what that one means.
What other combinations do you have?
I don't know. There's probably more. I have to think about it.
Yeah.
I was busy eating. I'm trying to eat this game.
Oh, I ate some Pringles in between the game until the cat came and he started licking my hand, and then I don't want to eat Pringles anymore. Surprisingly.
Yeah. Yeah, cats. They do that.
They do that. Hey, talking about CK.
CK man, what?
Because they're gonna let Wisp through. But what are they getting in return for it is the question. And is Fnatic is gonna pick up the Wisp.
You'd think they would. They know the CK is banned out, but that doesn't really mean don't pick up Wisp, and they go with it.
We've seen different combinations of Wisp though.
Yeah, and there's a ton of heroes that they can pick up, but Batrider is banned out, so I think that's really the only one that is like always banned. Maybe Tree. Maybe they're thinking they want Tree here.
It could be. Or wait. Naga Siren Dazzle.
Nope. Tree Weaver.
We saw Naga Siren Dazzle so much yesterday. Hey, you actually know, because you weren't there for the last matchup.
Oh, did they do it in the last match
They
too?
actually won one game with it. Like, they played it 3 times in total yesterday. They won a match.
Oh, and they lost 2, so that's not a good win.
That
right?
was actually the one that they won yesterday was the first one they ever did. A win with the Naga Siren, and they played 5 times in total before that. It was a stat that Music yesterday provided. It was like, okay, they have got 5 losses on the Naga Siren. And they still play it, because they didn't have any wins until yesterday. Quite surprising, but they do pick up the Train Protector and the Weaver. Pretty decent. But if Io gets himself a combination that can shut a Weaver down, then it will not be easy for the Weaver to be by himself. Living Armor might provide him some time, but I'm not quite sure how much it will actually buy him, depending on which hero they pick up, of course. We have got the Rubik being picked up by Fnatic as well. They want to have a piece of that Living Armor, of course. And the puck gets banned out here by TCM. So yeah, the Darkseer and the Gyrocopter were banned out by Fnatic in the first round. And I think they're pretty happy with getting the Wisp.
Yeah, I think most teams in general would be pretty happy getting the Wisp. One of the most highly valued heroes in the pool. And it lets you play in a very, very powerful way where you don't necessarily even have to use it to be ganking. Just having the Wisp with you all the time, it's like a little battery that can also teleport you to the middle of the fight if you need it. And that's really, really powerful for just split pushing purposes as well. And if they can get ganks off with it, all the better.
I agree. OD gets banned. I mean, we still have the Queen of Pain in the pool. Probably something that gets banned as well. I think it is TCM that has the first pick right now, though. Or, sorry, I mean Fnatic. So if they want to go for the Queen of Pain, they could. Alchemist gets banned out by Fnatic for the last one before we head ourselves into the second part of the drafting phase.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm still interested in what they're going to go for here. Lifestealer, obviously a hero that Fnatic like a lot in the hands of Era.
But,
I don't know what they're going to pair up with this.
They're going to ban out the Lifestealer. So yeah, I agree. I mean, Lifestealer would have also allowed Io to go for a double relocate. Oh god.
Here we go.
Here we go. Yep.
They realized after that first game that they don't need to pick it up first.
Oh,
that makes
they
sense.
learned from their...
Yeah, they're like, no one's gonna ban out Naga Siren Dazzle. We'll like 3-4 pick it.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see if Fnatic know it's coming. They're gonna pick the Dazzle now to deny it.
Yeah, Dazzle together with the Io and the Rubik.
It's so powerful. Dazzle's solo mid.
I like it. I really like it. I have seen it before. It was amazing, and I hope that they will do it, but I doubt it.
There's no way. If they do it, I don't even know how I'll react. I'll be very, very surprised. I will be very surprised. Probably speechless. Fnatic. I just don't know what they're gonna want to pair up here. I don't think I've seen them play the Wisp that much. And when it was almost always with Chaos Knight, I think. But they still have options. They might just wait till the end and go with whatever's left in the pool that they like. Phantom Assassins, Stealth Assassin, obviously both decent with it.
In the meantime, I'm
Spending-
tweeting about the match, by the way.
Oh, okay. Definitely spending a lot of time thinking about this third pick, though, and that's somewhat surprising. They're dipping pretty deep into this bonus time. I'm kind of expecting one of their solos to come out here, but maybe they're a little bit off-put by that Naga Siren.
Maybe. They're taking their time. They're taking a lot of their time, actually.
Yeah, it's been like over a minute of reserve time just on this pick. I don't know. Usually that's the sign that something caught you off guard if you spend like a lot of time
Or a
taking out a
sign
pick.
that someone's disconnected, but even that's not the case. Or the sign that they're in a LAN. Wow!
Dire team
I was gonna say in a LAN setting, a bootcamp setting, and that people were in a goofy mood or something.
They're just like screwing around at their land. It's like whatever. Bounty Hunter is a very powerful pickup with the IO. You can move around, scout people out, and you can get that track off on heroes as the CK or I guess Wisp other port in and try and set up those ganks. So definitely a powerful hero with their current lineup, and they can try and set up some good ganks this way.
No dazzle. It means that they're not gonna go for it though, because the Bane support is, unless they want to run the Bane mid, which I dear God hope they aren't. They're not gonna be able to pick up a dazzle anymore.
They could send Weaver mid and Tree offlane.
Yeah, it is a possibility. Not really expecting it though. We have got a tiny pickup, so we have got a combination with Bounty scouting out, finding someone, tracking that person, Wisp, or sorry, IO Tiny coming in. And yes, that's pun. Do you know what kind of pun? Did you hear it?
Though, to which pun? I didn't hear it. I missed it.
I said Bounty Hunter will start with scouting someone out. He'll put a track on someone. Then IO and Tiny will be coming in.
reserve
No?
I'm missing something. I don't get it. I don't get
Tiny
it.
coming in.
Oh, because he says that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
Sorry,
bad.
it was very bad.
Alright. Tiny, not a hero we've seen a lot, actually. Kind of fell out of favor with the Wisp
Yeah.
a little bit, I think. But I love Tiny. Big old rock man hitting people at trees and stuff.
Me
It's
too.
fun.
And he is
He's a
still
fun
very
hero.
very powerful as well. Sleep will still be there, of course, to kind of stop things in its track. And TCM does have a lineup that they can work around the Wisp a little bit. I'm thinking this. I mean, letting the Wisp go through is more of a thing that you do if you know for certain that you can deal with it, or if it's a game number 2 of a best of 3 where you are one game ahead, so you can try it.
Yeah, I think even then,
seconds
most teams don't let the Wisp through. They must be confident with this lineup for beating Wisp. Naga's kind of hard to gank with Relocate. Obviously, as soon as she sees it coming, she can just song TP out, and you can't do too much about it. It's just, I don't know. Shadow Fiend their last pickup, so it looks like that will be their mid hero, and then they're going to try lane Naga, Bane, Treant. Unfortunately, no Dazzle in this game, and maybe it's because that wasn't really working out that well for them.
Yeah, we could still have a Storm here. More global, of course, potential for Fnatic. We have got the Puck, the Queen of Pain, the OD, and the Dragon Knight getting banned out, and I think that's the 4 most popular mid heroes. But Viper has been on the rise, mostly by Quantic, actually. But we're gonna see it here played by a Fnatic, so let's see how he can do. I think he'll be okay up against the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane for sure.
I think Viper destroys Shadow Fiend in the mid lane. Like, it's not close. This is a really, really powerful pick for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Fnatic, I believe Fly was one of the people who was talking about how powerful Viper is going to be coming into TI3, so maybe he can show us now. I don't know if it's necessarily the best option for showcasing, I guess, of his skills, because this is really not a close matchup. Shadow Fiend has a lot of trouble against Viper because he can't really rely on nukes. Viper has the ability to get the magic resistance from the corrosive skin, and he also can't rely on auto attacks because Viper has so many things to slow his attack damage down.
I just want to point out that the people in the chat,
Yeah,
they
I
got
get
my
it.
they got
I
my
see
pun. Just saying.
I see it.
They
Yeah, I
got my
see it.
pun.
I'm whatever. I get it. I wasn't.
You
I was
weren't
sitting
ready
there like,
for it.
what are you? I'm thinking about bounty hunter. I was like trying to think about what you were saying with bounty
That's
hunter.
why I repeated the bounty hunter stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Otherwise, it would be too easy. Because then I would just
Yeah.
say IO Wisp coming in, and then or IO Tiny
was-
coming in, and that would be obvious.
Tiny coming in. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about things Tiny says. I don't know. I don't play Tiny that much. I don't remember that stuff.
I don't even have 5 games played on him. I don't know. I still know it.
Well, now I gotta check. How many games do I play to Tiny? Come on, less than 5.
I have less than 5 for sure. I can't really check. It's not really professional for me to check during a game.
Yep, fortunate for me because I am the co-caster. They don't get to see my screen.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
I
check.
have 20 games played with
20?
Tiny. That's not good.
That's not good. No, you don't have an excuse not to know it. Unless you are a very passive Tiny player and never really click on the right mouse button.
Yeah, I just don't ever move
Yeah.
my hero, so he never says anything.
Yeah. Oh well, we have a pause coming out from TCM. I will introduce Fnatic then in the meantime, because TCM are paused. Must have a reason for it. We have No Tail on his signature hero. It is the IO. He'll be supporting Era, who will be on the Tiny. Hani will be playing that Viper. It will be Fly on the Rubik and Trixie on the Bounty Hunter. Pretty simple standard to go to see where people are going. Hani mid, Era safe lane, Fly safe lane, Trixie off lane. No Tail, of course, with Era.
Yep, and for TCM, we're gonna have Go Audio playing the Naga Siren, Blueberry Ninja on the Weaver, Otzi on the Bane, Hawaii on the Treant Protector, and finally Wern on the Shadow Fiend. Wern's back. He wasn't for the games I cast yesterday. Did
Yeah.
he make it back for that final set?
He did make it back for the final set. In the end it worked out, obviously, otherwise we wouldn't be here.
That's true. So Wern gonna be on the mid lane with the Shadow Fiend, Blueberry Ninja, off lane Weaver, and then the safe tri lane Go Audio with Otzi and Hawaii.
Yep. Pretty safe lanes from both teams. I think the mid lane is going to be the only lane where we're going to actually see something. I mean, Bounty Hunter will be on the top lane, yes, but I think actually he's not going to be able to do that much. There are sentries up on Hawaii, and maybe they're even going to set them up for a fast first blood. We also have got Blueberry Ninja. He probably won't die either. There is still a lot of disable,
30
if,
seconds.
but they don't. Yeah, actually they do have sentry wards. Let's see, where are the observers? Because there's no observers picked up on Blueberry Ninja, and there's also no observers for Trixie.
It's up in this top lane. They already put one in lane.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about that, because normally if you are an off laner, you are an invisible off laner, you want to already bait out those sentries by just getting the pool camps, of course, blocked. And if you then don't have to worry about sentries on the lane anymore, that's going to be putting you in a good position. As we actually have a bit of a rotation. Era will be mid, by the looks of it, and Hani will rotate bottom. And that will be the swap being complete. So, quite surprising, because I think Werner would have lost the mid lane regardless, but now he's going to lose it probably up against 2 people, and that's better than losing it against a solo person. It still sounds pretty bad the way I say it, for him. But, I mean, he's up against a dual lane, it's not going to be easy for him, but I think easier, maybe even... He's going to have help. Look, Bane. Enfeeble.
Yeah, maybe they're figuring that Bane would be there and they didn't want to have the Bane just draining the damage of Viper. It becomes a lot harder to win that lane as Viper when you don't do any damage. But Era's going to have a lot of trouble last hitting, and there's not a ton No Tail can do early on this Wisp to really mitigate that from him. So it looks like things probably going to be okay for Warren, at least to start, especially if he can get some early last hits while Otzi is just sitting here making Era's life really miserable.
Well, I will be happy to tell you that Werner so far has got no last hits.
Yeah, he does. He's got one.
No, to deny.
One. Oh, well, he's got these denies. They give him damage, though.
Yeah, that's true, and it's gonna be helpful, but still 2 lanes and 2 waves and he hasn't got anything. He's gonna be able to get this one, though. Woohoo, first one. In the meantime, I would just want to point out, the Weaver up against, or the Weaver with the living armor there, of course, up against a Viper. If Weaver harasses that Viper, he has picked up Corrosive Skin at level 1. It does do enough damage, I believe, to remove the instances from the Treant Protector living armor. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of a nice thing for for Hani, a bit of a counter to the living armor in that sense, but only if you know that your living armor target is going to attack you, which is of course not always a given, but at least that means that they can't really use the living armor all that much to be going aggressive on you, and that's going to help out a ton. As we know that Weavers can dive between tier 2 and tier 1 towers just because of living armor, this Weaver cannot, even if there wasn't a Rubik around.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be pretty careful if you're Blueberry Ninja in this game, even with the living armor. If, like you're saying, if you get caught out and the living armor just gets burned off very quickly by the poison attack, you're not gonna be in a good spot. And we can see the harass just coming off on him. He's already down to half health from full. Living armor helps a little bit, but it's still rough.
Very much so. In the meantime, there was a nice pull coming up from No Tail, making sure that Era has to last it under his tower, but also, of course, denying experience towards Werner, which is great. Atsi, in the meantime, still sitting around at level 1, has picked up a double damage rune, but can't really put it to use, so will rotate back top. Not quite sure if they think they can take down Trixie, but I think they probably should at least try to harass him out of the lane. I mean, that's what's being done to Blueberry Ninja right now. Levels on the 2 off lanes are quite even though, like both are level 3 and a bit. And there are the poll results. Ooh, look at that! So even!
Yeah, it's pretty close to even. So people maybe, I don't know if they're really
wait a second, Trixie entangled, or ensnared rather, and will end up going down first blood. Can't mess with trees! Sentry ward. I mean, that's a lot of damage going through from that right click. Normally
yeah,
you'd like 3 people hitting.
Yeah, and 3 armor reduction from Riptide with like a 90 base damage tree. He's hitting pretty hard. And Bounty Hunter just goes down, so not what you want to be doing if you're Bounty Hunter giving up first blood, but things not the worst.
Radiant's middle tower is
Indeed.
under attack.
We do have Werner sitting on 7 to 8 last hits. Era sitting on 11 to 3. So he might have less denies, but he is still getting more last hits. And of course, I mean, even though Era has less denies himself, they were able to deny an entire wave to Werner by just having the neutral skill him in the jungle. So that is still going to be denied in terms of experience. It is, well, it is actually a level ahead for Era purely because of that wave.
Yeah, and Era is a melee hero, so the denies don't hurt him as badly as they hurt Word. And we're getting initiated.
That's gonna
here.
be a kill.
He's dead.
Avalanche
Yeah.
toss was there, combination was there. Courier is gonna be okay. And of course Etsy took some experience in the mid lane as well. Before he left. He didn't make it to level 2, but he did get a little bit. Like every little bit
Yeah.
helps.
No Tail stole some experience too from Era, so that's kind of close to even. They were both hanging out for a little while before they both ended up leaving. Wern, this is aggressive, yeah.
They're gonna try it again though. Avalanche toss will be there. Level 3 up against a level 5 Era. Can they get the kill? The spirits are of course flying. It will be enough. It should be enough. There it is. That's a kill. Here comes Atsi. Can go for a brain sap. No tail though. Pretty low. 1 brain sap. He doesn't have no brain sap. What the? No, that's not gonna be a kill. No tail's just fine. He has a salve. He probably wants to pop it only when he is tethered as well. But that's another kill going in his mid lane. That is Werner once again set back quite heavily.
Yeah, that was really aggressive for him to port in there. You gotta know that Era had full mana because No Tail's just sitting there with the bottle, filled him up. And they're just gonna dive him immediately upon him coming in there. So he does die again, and that setback is gonna be pretty huge because he lost half of his souls twice. Back down to 3, he's trying to farm up in the neutrals a little bit here to get some of those souls back just so he can have damage, but not the ideal for your mid lane to die twice like that.
Yeah, for sure. And he's actually gonna take refuge in the jungle. Leaving Atsi here in the mid lane might not be the best of ideas, but at least Atsi, even though he's not able to get any experience really, he is able to maybe stop Era from really free farming, because that enfeeble is still quite annoying, but it's not gonna be that helpful. Werner is gonna be taking a jungle stack that was there, but how much is he gonna get back from it, from the part that he lost? As we have invisibility rune picked up by Blueberry, so that will be Fly missing that one, but yeah, pretty tough. Trixie? He should be able to run actually. It's fine. In the meantime, Gaudio is sitting on 32 to 4, so doing nicely on his last hits. Hani sitting on 30 to 9, so slightly behind, but still giving a hard time, of course, to that Weaver, as well. The first blood did go to the top lane, so TCM has, or Gaudio rather, has got an assist from that, and has got some assist gold, while there's no kill yet on that bottom lane. However, And actually, that is enough to put Naga Siren ahead in terms of net worth. Just by 30 gold, but hey, every little bit helps.
Yeah, Naga got the first blood, which of course is helping quite a bit, but in the reality, Honey is doing very, very well in this bottom lane. Blueberry Ninja is having a lot more trouble actually getting farmed than Trixie is. We could see that Trixie died on the Bounty Hunter and is still actually out farming the Weaver at the moment, so
Yeah.
everything is actually going pretty okay right now for Fnatic, even though they did give up that first blood.
Yeah, that's gonna be Atsi. That's gonna go down there as well. He puts himself in a nightmare though, but oh, living armor might be enough. Brain Sap now there as well, level 2 even, and they will still get the kill. One more hit. There we go. The toss would do it. 3 versus 1 versus a level 4 Bane is not something that you want to have. Oh, they find word that it could be a track kill. Trixie coming in, not dying for it. And that's a first track kill. Gaudio comes in, rocks himself inside a tether stun, still gets the kill on the Bounty Hunter with 1 Riptide, so that's a nice something, but no, she's gonna be fine. Not in overhead, she's just fine. Still an okay trade for TCM, for Fnatic, I mean. Track kills are always worthwhile, especially if they're up on a carry, and they only lost their solo offlane for it. Already was there for the gold, so it's fine.
Yeah, and it was a kill on their mid hero. So definitely okay for Fnatic. Getting a track kill in the mid, only losing your offlane. They gave that kill to the opposing carry. It was a solo kill for GoAudio, which is pretty good for GoAudio, but Warren is just not having a great time here, and that I really don't understand the Shadow Fiend pick. It was a mid hero that I guess has some like late game potential, but especially when you're up against a Wisp anything, you know that there's a chance they're just going to run that as a dual lane mid, and Shadow Fiend is not going to have a good time there.
Yeah, that's why they started out with Etsy there, but that's not enough. It's just not, unfortunately, for Wern. I mean, if the game goes late enough, you do have that combination that can, like, Song into Requiem of Souls. Look at that, here comes the IO as well. This will be a kill. Wern living armor is already off again, and this will be a Shuriken toss to pick up another track kill for Fnatic. A support and an offlaner just took down a solo mid of TCM. And who is gonna buy time for TCM to get more gold, to get more farm, to get more time? Is it gonna be the Weaver? I doubt it.
It's probably going to have to be the Weaver, but Weaver's not getting a lot of farm. This isn't like Arteezy's Weaver from earlier in the day where he was doing very well in the... I guess, yeah, he was an offlane. He was doing really well in the offlane. He's had a lot of trouble because he's up against Viper. Viper's kind of a miserable hero to ever go up against in a 1v1 situation. And Trixie's just like harassing Hawaii up in this top lane.
Yeah, looks Sentry Ward goes down. Might be in a little bit of trouble. That goes to lead sheet still. He has to run right now. And he makes sure that Hawaii is back up to full HP as well by staying in range for the lead sheet, or a little bit extra in range. Telekinesis there, Blueberry Ninja. Not sure if they can actually kill him though. Well, he does have another Sakushi. There he goes. He is just fine. No Viper Strike coming off from Honey. Wasn't in range for it as well. Honey, who has got 1k gold in his bags, went for Tranquils rather, as well as the Bracer. So just a very safe build. We'll allow him to already fight if he wants to, but better yet, we'll allow him to sit in the lane a little while longer. That's gonna be a Panda going down, yeah. That's a nice pickup for Blueberry. And that's gonna be a nice pickup for the Tiny, who was able to get a kill up on the Treant. Atsi might be in some trouble. GoAudio able to run away. Atsi gets tracked up and is not able to deny himself. There's no Kuroki there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Wisp's standing on top of him and has the spirit, so he's just gonna end up dying to that. Yep. And now Trixie's chasing down Wern in the jungle.
The previous time he got him, but he had some help with the Wisp. Wisp is too far away right now. Yeah, I mean there is a point where you can actually deny yourself when you're invulnerable and you still take damage, but was a bit too early with that. But then again, it's hard to time that because it's not that long that you are indeed invulnerable.
Yeah, definitely, and if you, like, I think if he had waited to try and get the time right, he probably dies before he's in that range anyways.
Wyo gonna go down again. Here comes the TP from Atsi. Not gonna be able to do anything there. TP in? Oh, really? Blueberry? Really? Yeah? Okay. He doesn't have any mana, Blueberry that is. He does have one Chikushi. Nightmare is gonna set up kill maybe for Trixie. They don't have any detection though. And they're gonna just go for it. There's no track up on Trixie though. There's no mana for him either. There comes a song. Here comes more TPs. This could be Fnatic overextending. This could be TCM taking it back. Let's see, Werner doesn't have Requiem of Soul, so Riptide still does quite a bit of damage. No Tail gonna get picked off first. Era getting locked in place, still tries to do what he can, but gets picked up as well. 2 kills, going away on Fnatic. And then all for Trey and Protector in the end. Which of course was the one that it all started with. But that was something that TCM really needed. And right now some 4-man Dota in the mid lane. While the Weaver goes back to base, and maybe they can get some map control by taking down a tier 1 tower. There's no towers down yet on the map.
Yeah, while this is going on though, Hani is just farming away in the spawn lane. He's picked up a Ghost Scepter actually. So it looks like maybe he's going to be using that to take advantage of Poison Attack being usable while you're in Ghost Scepter. I don't know if he'll go with Ethereal Blade eventually. That seems...
Relocate, that's gonna be Ansi dead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Blueberry coming in. I don't think he can kill No Tail though, like no chance. They're too
No,
fast.
only a couple seconds left.
Yeah, they might actually try to go for him, they do. No, never mind.
Just trying to do some damage before they get out since they're going back to the fountain anyways.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter that much. Era sitting at, sitting at a point booster. Has got Trez, has got 1k gold, of course wants to have a tree in his hand. In the meantime, more people are diving. We actually had a dive from Trixie, was looking for the courier, but the Stumpy tree flies away safely. Unlike the bamboo panda, of course.
Stumpy trees, bamboo pandas.
Yeah.
So many weird things in this game.
I know. It's like talking Chinese. For people that don't understand Chinese, that is.
Alright.
Well, I'm thinking like talking Chinese is like a saying, right? To make sure like, you know, you don't understand me because I'm talking Chinese, but some people will understand Chinese. So it doesn't really work out for them. That saying. Right?
Sure.
Okay. Good.
Alright.
So we've got some sentry wards already placed here to counter Trixie a little bit, who already was quite aggressive. Went more aggressive. And one thing that we of course have to keep in mind is that TCM has got that tree, so all the towers that are almost dead are going to be healed up again. And that's indeed going to try and kill off Hani, who has been sitting there for a long time with a shell. Whoa, with a Ghost Scepter rather. I was going to almost say a Serial Blade, but nope. Tree in some trouble, Trixie chasing him down. Hani in the meantime seems to be safe. Tier 1 tower on the top lane goes down. That's Tiny picking up some extra gold. And yeah, that smoke getting kind of wasted. They probably were assuming that Hani actually TP'd out. He shows himself again now, though.
Yeah, he's probably feeling pretty confident in that particular position.
Oh.
Blueberry Ninja, he's got time lapse. That's the only reason this makes any sense.
Yeah, Viper Strike is still going to be there for Hani, though, and he's actually going to go for that. Relocate's going to be there. That's still going to be a Weaver dead, though. Should be. There we go. Here comes GoAudio. Tried to save his teammate, couldn't do it. I think he would have died anyway from the last tick from the poison.
Yeah, he would have. I don't know. Maybe he thought he'd be okay, but regardless, he does die. IO ends up getting the last hit. Barely getting the kill on Hani. Only was died because there were those illusions from Naga there, and Naga's Riptide takes place around all the illusions as well. Because that's what actually ended up getting the kill.
Whoa. That was some bad timing coming out from Warren. Oh, toss in. I'm not sure if Fly was going to be happy with that. Here comes an avalanche, though. It hits on Warren. That's going to be a kill. They wait for the track to be there. But it wasn't there anymore, it was on cooldown. It is on Atsi though, they're looking for him. Another toss and a snare. Gonna hit up on Trixie, but he hits where he lands. GoAudio tries to juke it around his own tower. In some problems though, or may be able to do something to Era here. He does have mana for a Riptide again, and does have some illusions as well if he really wants to. In the meantime, it is Blueberry Ninja trying to chase down Ruby, but he stole himself the Shikushi, so should be fine in the meantime. As well, the tree will end up going down. The Shuriken toss, not going to be enough though. 1 instance left. He is actually going to be able to survive. Living Armor OP, tether away from No Tail. Here comes Blueberry Ninja. Is it enough? It is enough. Weaver gets himself a kill. Trixie gonna look for more. Everybody being tracked up. The tower will still end up going down just to creeps because oh Trixie. No, sentry ward or not, that's gonna be a kill. Hawaii probably was better off leech seeding Trixie rather than living armoring himself. That's a word. Armoring. It's a really weird word.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Trixie lives.
Yeah, he's survived that fight. They ended up losing No Tail, but no.
Oh,
Does relocate?
Yeah, they go for Atsi. Living Armor's already there, but the track and the toss and the avalanche is gonna be too much. Of course, one thing that you have to note is that avalanche actually does multiple instances of damage. Like, it's like, it is an avalanche, so stones are falling, so it's constant damage for a short period of time. And it does get rid of that living armor.
Yeah, it burns through it rather quickly, and Era, of course, has the tree up now with his Aghanim Scepter. It's getting kind of out of hand for TCM here if they're going to have to worry about big old tree guy with the, or big old rock guy with the tree. And he's going to start getting attack speed, and these towers are going to be very, very difficult to defend very quickly.
Yeah, we don't have a tree guy with a rock just yet. Hawaii only has mana boots. So
Tree
that's...
guy with a rock. Well, there
You
was
were
like a
about to
mana
say
rock.
that. There is going to be
Yeah,
a
I
man
know.
with a rock.
There's a mana rock in the tree in the arcane boots. He had a mana rock.
Okay. There's going to be a hero with a rock.
Is there?
The new one. I don't know what his name is anymore, but he does have a rock that he can throw out.
Earth Spirit guy? Yeah.
Yep.
That guy seems really not fun.
It's kind of interesting with the stones, though. Seems a bit OP sometimes, but then again, most heroes in Dota do seem OP. It's the battle of the OP heroes, but who's the most OP? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. It's feeling like it's probably Wisp. With how this game's been going, it might be Wisp.
It might be Wisp. TCM, I mean, they let the Wisp go through. I think they're kind of regretting it right now. But they are going to try to make something happen here on the bottom lane. The sentry ward was already down, though. Werner is being scouted out, and he walks right into a new sentry ward. That's going to be Werner dead before the fight even starts! Okay. KP, or sorry, TCM can't do anything here anymore, and now they have to run Trixie looking for that. Oh, nice song from Go Audio, making sure everybody gets out safe, everybody gets home safe. But oh my god, that Shadow Demon is probably the most sad one there, but they could have known that. Like, the Weaver knew that the sentry ward was placed when he got aggressed earlier on. That's why the sentry ward was placed. But
yeah, he just walked right into it, and unfortunately the entire enemy team. And of course, Shadow Fiend, not a particularly tanky hero.
Yeah, Trixie will end up going down though, so it's something that TCM picks up. Like the over-aggressive was a dominating streak that he just gave away. But oh well. Look at that gold graph. It's kinda sad for TCM that it's going this way, and you know, do you think like if they hold on long enough would they be okay? I'm actually doubting it.
Dire's top tower
Well,
is under attack.
TCM have a lot of carries, and Naga and Weaver are both pretty good later in the game. Shadow Fiend also pretty good for a while, as long as it doesn't go very, very, very late. But Viper and Tiny also aren't like super amazing in the very late game. The real problem is that Era with the tree is going to be able to kill their towers very quickly, and eventually it's going to come to the point where they don't actually need to fight necessarily. They can just sort of focus the tower and force the issue around it. Era just like attack the tower while the rest of his team is pushing them back.
Yeah, and they're gonna go up on the tree here, and they should be able to get him down as well. Fiendscript Nightmare might be able to keep Hawaii alive for a little while longer. They actually get the Wisp! Hero will still clean out that tree with his own tree, but gets ensnared in return. There goes a toss. Might be able to do some extra damage. The Avalanche is gonna be up in a second as well, but he is not able. Oh, he's able to throw it out, but he is not able to get another kill with it though, even though Go Audio did drop quite low. But nice return comeback from TCM there. Brilliant play from Atsi. Fiendscript Nightmare. About time for them to kill off that Wisp. He's gonna yeah, that's gonna be sad. He's gonna get revenge. Oh, Werner goes for Trixie. That's gonna be Trixie dead. Nicely done for Werner as well. Not worth losing your life for that Bane.
No, that was really well played from Wern. He expected them to come up on him, so he just immediately started channeling his ult, and Trixie on the bounty hunter took damage from it, and a couple nukes to finish it off. So yeah, definitely good play there. They ended up trading bounty hunter for Bane, like you say. That's not what you want to be doing.
No, it's gonna be Aghanim Scepter upon for Handy, by the way, on his Viper. So quite interesting to see that. It is a very nice item to have. You are able to spam out your Viper Strike, rather. So many strikes in this game, right?
Yeah, but how often does Nether Strike come up? No
Hey, you have also recently casted games that had Nether Strikes.
You're right. People and
pick
by people I
Spirit
mean
Breaker.
only 4FC.
4FC pick Spirit Breaker. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I was like, Nether Strike, that doesn't ever come up. And Viper Strike, I guess, doesn't come up that often either, though.
Only when Quantic is playing normally, but well, Fnatic taking a page out of their book, as everybody seems to lately taking page out of Quantic's book. Is kind of fun to see that. But we all know that Goblik is indeed a very renewing drafter. Let's put it that way.
Well, yeah, it was like 7, 8 months ago, whatever, when everyone was taking a page out of Empire's book, and that was, again, Goblik.
Oh, TCM they smoked off, so they know that Trixie is around there. But they don't have any detection. They don't have sentries, no dust, no nothing, so that's their smoke wasted. Blueberry Ninja still smoked. He is the one with the dust. Ugh.
Yeah, it's somewhat unusual that the Weaver is the one carrying the dust.
Yep.
And now he's just running around in smoke hoping that he can spot Trixie out, but not gonna have any success.
Too late now. Yeah, I mean, Fnatic, they are ahead. And they're actually gonna relocate. Wait a second, there goes a song already though, gives Go Audio a chance to get away. Maybe even a chance to go in. They are rotating. Wisp will not be here in a second. He'll take Era with him back home though, I think, yep. It's gonna be Trixie. He is now dusted up and he is on the run. He has got those drum charges to help himself out. Now with the track up on Blueberry Ninja, he is extra fast. And he's fast enough to give himself away. So that's gonna be a song just to save Audio's life. A lot of rotations coming in for nothing. There goes a Blink Dagger up on the Rubik, so Fnatic getting more and more ahead. Turtle Tower top lane getting a bit harassed on Go Audio. Still doesn't have more, or sorry, Hawaii still doesn't have more than his mana boots. I was kind of hoping maybe for a Blink Dagger that they can try and chase people. We have another smoke, by the way, but is that a smoke? This is not a smoke. Looked like a smoke, but Trixie was around there. No smoke, just Trixie.
Yeah, I think Hawaii is probably hoping for a Blink Dagger too. You're not the only one. Unfortunately, he's not actually getting farm. Obviously, he's playing tree. So he's struggling a little bit. And No Tail is going to get scouted out here.
Yeah, Leech Seed will be there, but he will tether himself away. Word of the high ground will help out with some extra vision. He just placed that. But I think TCM saw him placing that, or at least realized that something is wrong there. So they will counter it with the Gem of True Sight that was just purchased by the Bane. They do need that gem. I mean, yeah. Next time when they walk past Trixie, they'll see him. Relocate again! But this time it's just to take the tower. Like, they don't care that there's no people there.
Yeah, they're using this relocate very, very effectively. They're porting to the bottom lane. They just did it. Hit the tower some. When rotation comes in, they immediately go back towards the top lane. They start hitting that tower. Now that everyone's back top trying to defend that, they went back down to the bottom lane, took the tower. And now they're going to take control of the Dire Jungle, take that tier 2, and then probably shortly after the mid.
Yeah, Living Armor stolen by Fly, by the way, finally. As a Leech Seed and Fiend's Grip up on No Tail, they used both of those on the same hero. I mean, No Tail will end up going down, but it's quite an investment. Avalanche Toss will be there still. Will kill off the tree unless there is enough Living Armor. Era, Overgrowth is there. The track comes in though. In comes the Sheever Toss. Trixie with a kill. Era still alive for a little while, but it looks like he is gonna be picked off very, very soon. And that is going to be Atsi going down as well. Hani for the first time ever leaving his lane. Gem of True Sight picked up by Audio. Going to get chased down a little bit, but will be able to get himself away. The tracks still go on. I say we'll be able to get away, but that means that Fly has to also be careful there. He actually comes back in for a little while. Time lapse there. Ward gonna get put down. Sentry to see Blueberry, but everybody of CCM back off. They don't want to risk losing their gem and risk losing more people than they already have. As that actually was a tier 1 tower to go down. It's a pretty important loss for Fnatic. But then again, the Era going down, pretty important loss as well.
Yeah, and Hani was a little bit too slow on that Viper strike on Weaver there. Unfortunately, Weaver saw the Shikuchi on and got out of range of the Sentry Ward, so it misses because you can dodge that by going invisible. So he was able to get away that way. They end up just sort of trading a couple kills away, but Fnatic definitely getting the worst of that trade. Yeah. Lost Tiny, they got like Bane down, and I think Tree. Yep. And that's not, those are like unimportant heroes by comparison to the Tiny. And they lost Wisp as well. Yeah, they lost T1 Tower too. Desolator picked up by Trixie here. Gonna have even more damage, and that armor reduction is gonna be pretty brutal with Tiny. Yeah, and they managed to almost catch out Honey, but he uses a Ghost Scepter to get himself away. Still on the run though, the Fiend Script will be there, and Relocate comes in, they want to try and protect Honey. Here comes the Pipe Strike up on Audio. The song will be there, they'll go Audio. Look at how much damage he takes, he actually TP's out, no surprise there. And that will be also No Tail and Era backing off again after that one as well. But they do save Honey. Guess that's good. Mantasau almost up on the tree as well. That will be the start sign for split pushing. Like, we know that Fnatic tries, but it feels like they're a lot more passive than I think they can be, because I mean they're 14k gold ahead, they are 10k experience ahead, but they are not pressuring that hard. Yeah, they're struggling a little bit in some of these team fights. They've been pretty sloppy, I think, in general. Era's been getting picked off quite a bit because he's always in the front of the fights. And he really needs to be, but they don't have like good AoE lockdown, and that's kind of been hurting them. And it was sort of a thing I mentioned during the draft that Naga, I think they were really confident against the Wisp maybe because of this Naga. They're just trading Song of the Siren repeatedly for the relocate. It makes the relocate gank effectively fail, and whoever they're like trading the Naga's ultimate, it's not that bad if you're just dodging fights constantly anyways. If Fnatic's game plan is to gank you, and it pretty clearly is with Wisp, with Bounty Hunter on the same team,
Yeah.
and you're just like consistently breaking up their ganks, it could be, you could be using your abilities in a worse way.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Very true. We have got Audio picking up with a Fusel Blade. I'm kind of waiting for Fnatic to go for Roshan and then try something maybe with Era with the Roshan, but maybe they want to be, or with the Aegis rather, maybe they want to have the tier 2 towers down before anything else. Talking about bottom tower, talking about towers, bottom one got denied. Hani getting stuck inside a net, but this time they don't have a song. So this time they don't want to try to go in. They don't want to force out that relocate when they don't have to. And it's going to be the top lane that both Era and No-Tail relocate to stop the pressure that comes in. That's the mechanism done. It looks like we are going to see a Mask of Madness, or are you expecting to see a more, maybe, boring item like a Helm of the Dominator?
Well, I'll say that I'm expecting Helm of the Dominator because I'm looking at his inventory, and he has a Helm of the Dominator.
Damn! Well, I was
otherwise,
hoping, like, you know, oh, they might be in some trouble though. In comes No-Tail, yeah. Oh, go audio, yeah. It's a song. Avalanche. There will be a toss as well. No, there will be a Fiend's Grip. No-Tail just trying to stand back and do things. Make sure that Era doesn't take that much damage. BKB's turned on. Era and No-Tail still trying to run, being very safe. There will be another Tether. And that is gonna be these two back home safe. Should be. Or are they gonna try to go for it? They're gonna try to go for it. It is BKB ended at 8 eyes for it. 4 people here. We also have the Tree and Protector still down, but that was on a different end of the map. Audio uses the song now to escape. Yeah, the Tree and went down near his tier 2 tower middle. Toss is still gonna hit upon Audio, and hello, Rubik Track is there, and that's the kill tag team that went for the Tree earlier on, and were able to pick up the Naga Siren as well. The rest of TCM backed themselves out. The relocate went middle to try and take down the tower there, and now they'll come back top and they'll probably take down that tower as well, unless they think they can go high ground in the middle lane, which they might actually be able to do, considering there is no song, there is no Shadow Fiend, and the only thing that you have to deal with is a Weaver that doesn't really have anything in the tree, and there's no Fiend's Grip.
Yep, and the Tiny, again with the trees,
Yep.
just melts the towers. Down before either of the carries, but oh, I guess 2 of the 3 carries really respawn for TCM. Naga still has 10 seconds, the barracks gonna be watchable.
Yeah, the Feeble is gonna be there, but it's still not gonna be enough to stop Era from hitting on these racks.
Okay.
Oh, Overgrowth. Stolen by Rubik though, and put on Werner. Werner puts on his BKB. There goes an Enfeeble, but it's already off again. Here comes a net up on Hani, but he gets it off with the Ghost Scepter. Cheetah's gonna be there. Shadow Strike as well. Ani will end up going down though. But what do they lose in return? It is Naga Siren that ends up going down. The melee Rex already down. Werner drops again. Era double Q. Can he get more? Hatsi puts a Nightmare up on Era, but it's getting taken over, and Era looks for Werner again because he bought back and he might live to regret it. He can't go to his fountain anymore. Would have walked through a tether for that. He does get the IO, but he gets picked off in return as well. Another Fiend's Grip up on Era. Not enough damage to go through though, and Hatsi has to run, but he can't. He's dead, as is the Tree, and that's a GG well played. And that is TCM losing the first game in his best of 3 for the loser bracket finals for the Corsair Gaming tournament. Corsair Gaming summer tournament, that is. It is of course the group stages still. We are in the group B. Winner of this matchup moves to the playoffs. A nice team fight, and I mean, I think TCM could have prevented them from losing that particular fight. In the end though, I think Fnatic was still on the right path to winning the game.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny. You had just gotten done talking about how it was too passive, and Fnatic didn't just like take a big fight. They can't get. They committed a lot to getting Tiny down that top lane. They couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And when you do that, and they have such a strong pushing power, like that Tiny, it's pretty much done for you. They're just gonna push straight through the mid lane, which is exactly what they did. Took the barracks. They had to kind of scramble around TCM to try and defend after that point, and never really could because they were so far behind. And that's when it really starts to show up, when you're trying to take more even fights, or even ones where you're favored and you can't really get anything done anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see if TCM can force out a third game, though, or if Fnatic is going to take a 2-0. We are going to see that matchup coming up in just a moment. It will be game 2 of this loser bracket, best of 3. Fnatic, TCM, Group Stage, Group B, Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. Stick around.